Good evening, guys. Welcome, everyone. My name is Cami. I am part of Team Harmony. And this evening, we have a special presentation for you planned. I'm so excited. My friend Karen is here, and she is amazing. She knows all about frequency, and we will be learning more about how that heals the body. In our deep dive section starting in about 30 minutes. So until then, I get to have the honor of sharing with you my this about this technology that we're all here to learn about. So let me share my screen. Okay, and then we'll get started. Okay. Apparently, patience is required. My computer's being very slow. This evening, I'm honored to share with you about wearable light technology. These patches help your body, and the light, you are the source of light that we're talking about, and we'll talk about that in a second. Way back when Albert Einstein was alive, he said that the future of medicine is frequency. And I love that thought that he obviously was incredibly intelligent, but he knew that in all of his studies about physics and how it affects the world around us, he said that the future of medicine is frequency. And look, the future is now. We have all of these different modalities where we are using frequency to affect cells in our body. So, oh, it went so fast. I just want to let you know I am not a medical professional. What we're discussing this evening is a holistic wellness product. It says on the envelopes of these that we are a general wellness product. That is the category registered by the FDA. Although in this evening, we're not going to be diagnosing, treating, or uh, yeah, we're not going to be taking care of any medical conditions. I'm just going to show you what this technology is, and we want to refer you back to your medical professional to discuss this with us or with them. So let me, sorry, I've got to move a bar here. Um, our cells decline as we age. So when we're very, very young, we have a lot of stem cell activity. So when we're in utero and the baby's growing, we're the stem cells are dividing and dividing and dividing and dividing, and they are becoming and learning to specialize and learning to become an eyeball or a hair or a fingernail or a bone or the heart or part of the nervous system. And so we have a ton of stem cells when we are very, very small. And as we age, that stem cell activity declines. And so by the time we're 60, we have just a small portion of those stem cells. to repair our body. And by the time we're 70, they're just about gone. So we are going to be talking to you this evening about this technology that actually helps rejuvenate those cells. And so this patch is patented, it's phototherapy, it's activated by your own low level infrared light, and it works anywhere you place it on the body, but the recommended places are based on acupressure points, or they work with the meridians on your body. So there was a study back in 2009. So in case, I mean, this is what we're going to be talking about later, is this things that we can't see. So our bodies emit a low level infrared light. We also have bioluminescence. It's too dim for our eyes to detect, but this study that was done in 2009 was um, showed that humans glowed throughout the day. The brightest spots were around their forehead and neck. And around 4 p.m. was when they glowed the brightest. And the lowest bioluminescence was at nighttime when we're sleeping. I thought that was really interesting. So what we're doing with these patches is we are helping the body find balance, restoring homeostasis to the body, and resetting the body to a younger and healthier state. So we can't tell you when that's going to happen for your body. Although the patches go to work right away, every body is different, and the different variables of what we're subject to are different. But we can show you results of other people and show you some general ideas and results from studies. So what we're talking about, the name of the patch that we talk about the most is called the X39. And this patch, when you wear it, it tells your body, with that frequency, it tells your body to make GHKCU. And that's a long gobbledygook of letters that means copper peptide. And that copper peptide makes amazing changes in the body, and we'll share that in just a second. But again, it's reflecting your own low-level infrared light, and each patch does something different. We spend the most time talking about the X39 because that one, as we get into the GHK copper peptide, you'll see why. It does so many wonderful things in the body. But just know that you wear this patch for about 12 hours on, and you take it off for 12 hours. And then you repeat by putting on a fresh patch on the next day, and you drink plenty of water, and because everything in the body works on osmosis. So that's as easy as that. It can't get much easier to help make change in the body. And I'm going to check here. We have a wonderful friend lined up to share her story, and I don't see her on the call yet. So we'll circle back around when she's on the call. But this is my favorite time of our call. I just want to share with you here these pictures of this older gentleman down here. So the picture on the right is actually him in when he was about 88, and the picture here with smoother skin, fewer dark spots, was when he was 90 after using the patches for about 6 months. In meantime, he had fallen when he was in 89, and thank goodness for the patches. He was using the patches and doing physical therapy, and he tore his rotator cuff. and his torn rotator cuff at 89 years old healed in a few months because of the use of the patches. So how cool is that? So what we're talking about this evening is activating our own repair cells. So there's decreased pain relief, reduction in inflammation, it supports wound healing, increases your energy and vitality. That GHK copper peptide that we were talking about actually bumps up your ATP production. It enhances your skin appearance. There's faster recovery from exercise, improved mental clarity, and this truly, in many different ways, can be called age reversal technology. And I can show you some results from some studies and share with you why we can say age reversal instead of just maintaining your age or slowing down your aging. This is literally reverse aging you. And it improves your sports performance. Woo! Well, we just keep progressing now, don't we? Okay. So just, there we go. This has been the secret sauce in the athletic world. This technology was developed over 20 years ago and for the Navy SEALs. And when the Navy SEALs, they are still continue to use it this day, but our inventor, David Schmidt, decided who else needs this? And he thought athletes. And he was able to get it to a coach at Stanford University who is training U.S. Olympic swim team hopefuls, women. And when they were doing their testing of this product, all of them bested their personal best in 6 weeks of wearing the energy enhancers. And one of them broke a world record. And since then, it has been in the athletic world. You see Michael Phelps here at the 2004 Olympics, and he wore them again in the 2008 Olympics. And that's when he got his 8 gold medals. And they were wondering, what in the world? How is he doing this? He must be doping. And nope, he was not. So I'm going to give you a website. This is something that's always with you if you have your smartphone with you.
I am sorry, I can't see $178 in this one. Was that it? Yeah, I saw that. I went, no way. Yeah, that's It's a very cool. Like the new said, he goes, go to Amazon and get the knockoff. Yeah.
Okay. That was fun. Okay. Okay, so this website is a tool that we have that we can go to look at videos to explain how this technology works, learn more about that GHK copper peptide. Again, 50 years of research on GHK copper peptide. And we have the patent to show you that this patch tells your body to create it. So it literally is provable that this increases your GHK copper peptide production in your body. So it's pretty amazing. And there are patents on all of our products. And this is where you can go on that website to click on any of these buttons and read about the clinical studies. You can learn more about that copper peptide. You can go to PubMed and see the studies on copper peptide. And again, there's more information about the X39. This is the patch that we talk the most about. Here's one of those studies I was telling you about. This is how we can say that is one of the many reasons we can say this is reverse aging. So after 6 weeks of wearing the X39, so they took the cardiovascular biomarkers at the beginning of the 6 weeks and at the end of the 6 weeks. So the only thing different than the people were doing, who participated in this study, was wearing this X39 12 hours a day. And at the end of this 6-week study, their cardiovascular biomarkers were lower by, they tested to be 8 weeks younger than they were at the beginning of the study. Excuse me? That's amazing. So that's pretty fun. Here's another 6-week study on brain health. And this one was, they took I think it was 15 older people. This was during COVID. So the large pools of people were not available for testing, but they did a 6-week study on these older people, and they all had brain health concerns. So on the session 1 scan, you see this is our baseline. This is with no patching whatsoever. Session 2 is 3 weeks into wearing the one X39 patch every day. You can see that the brain is much cooler. And then at session 3 is at that 6-week mark, and aqua is good. Aqua is healthy. Red and orange is not healthy. It shows inflammation. So how wonderful is that to see that the brain is functioning much better after just 6 weeks of wearing the X39. So let me show you the photos of some other people. This is wonderful to see what's going on the outside, but just know that this helps your body on the inside as well. This one with the scars is particularly near and dear to my heart because I have had 2 family members who have had internal surgeries. My brother had an appendix removed in his mid 20s, and in his mid 40s, he nearly died with scar tissue growth in his intestines. And my mom similarly had a cancerous tumor removed out of her colon in 2020. And then in 2022, she had similar symptoms as that nasty tumor. And it was scar tissue that had grown inside her intestines, and it was blocking food and liquids from being able to get past. So this is a beautiful outside image of what can happen on the inside of your body as well. So this scar, from the photo on the left to the middle photo, is 1 year of healing with no patches. And then the photo in the middle to the photo on the right is 1 month of healing with the patches. So how beautiful is that? And then again, we're showing a reverse aging process with these patches that are telling the cells who are replicating poorly to either shape up or ship out. And producing the GHK copper peptide tells the body to release brand new, healthy, pluripotent stem cells. So this is a beautiful scene. So that brings to mind things that your body, we have been told may or may not be repairable. And look, we can repair things. Those cells, our bodies are so smart, and they can, these patches can assist the body with that little frequency signal to make major repairs. This is beautiful. 3 weeks from this to this. That's pretty amazing. 24 days. This, I love these pictures. This vitiligo is an autoimmune problem that basically people are told that they have to live with. And it is an honor and a joy to share something that could potentially not make that the case. And on this picture on the right, this is my buddy Roger. He had been dealing with fast growing cells for 15 years. He had over 20 surgeries. And when I met him in June, he was done being cut on. And he was using a cream on the spot on his nose and the spot on his forehead that was literally making him feel physically ill. But he didn't know what else to do. His doctor didn't know what else to do. And he'd been dealing with those spots for about 2 years, almost 2 years. He said a year and a half to 2 years. He was really concerned about the spot on his nose because he'd already had his nose reconstructed once. And he was concerned that that spot was so deep, they would take his nostril and he'd look like a monster. So he was super beyond thrilled to find the patches and learn about them and look at the changes that his body made in less than 2 months. This is at about 7 weeks. And so that is a life changed. What an honor and a joy to be able to share something that makes major changes in the body. And I love to share this. I usually tell my friends if they have an animal to please take their used patches and share them with their pets. This is my friend um, uh, Tracy's friend's dog, Brutus, who was going blind. And he usually just laid on his bed a lot and he couldn't see and he bumped around. And in a week of patching, look at this, buddy. This is, I think it's 5 to 7 days after patching with the X39. That's pretty amazing. And last night we heard an amazing story from our friend Jan, and she has had great results with her eyes. So let me tell you a little bit about these products, and I'll just share briefly how to get them. And then, the, so our patch, the X39 and X49, X49 is amazing for protecting from electromagnetic fields. It also helps your body create stem cells by telling your body to make AHK, copper peptide. So those are great for specialized stem cells that help with your muscles, they're your testosterone levels, your brain, cardiovascular system, and nervous system. So good. And then GHK copper peptide that X39 tells your body to make helps your body everywhere by creating pluripotent stem cells that can become anything. So retail for these patches is $149 a month. And if you guys know about stem cell injections or other things, people go to other countries and spend thousands of dollars on these patches. That is that's like a screaming deal. So that is those patches. These patches are retail for $79 a month, and they are our support packs. What I love to share is the Eon patch. I believe everybody should be on Eon, especially if you're just starting out with the patches, because it reduces inflammation. It helps with stress, helps balance our hormones and create a sense of well-being. And that is a great shift in our body to help, again, return our body to homeostasis. So these patches, when we can get them on wholesale, we can get them as low as $49 for a pack of 30, and we'll tell you how in just a second. But I did just see my friend Danielle join the call. And Danielle, I know you joined us and your time is limited, so I really would love for you to share how these patches have affected you. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Thanks for joining us, my dear.
Yeah, thank you for having me and allowing me to share my story. So basically, I was dealing with long COVID, and I've also suffered from a series of head traumas. And I was about ready to go on a trip with my son, and my head was just hurting so bad. And so my lovely friend Joy placed one X39 on my back on my C7, and within 8 minutes, my headache went from like an 8 to a 3. And then my ears unplugged, which were plugged for 3 weeks. And I'm a very sensitive creature, and so I could feel the impact immediately. Almost took my breath away. I don't know anyone else has experienced that, but anyways, and so now I use the patches every day. They helped me with my stammer, my focus, my brain fog. I basically use every patch besides the Silent Night, and so I actually take my stickers off of me, and then sometimes I'll put them on my loved one because I wear so many. And then if I don't put them on him, I'll put them on my dog. So I'm not going to put an X39 or a carnosine on him at night when he's trying to sleep. So I just land them on my dog, sleeping on my bed, and sometimes they stay on in the morning, but other times he just shakes them off. But my dog, he's had a lot of issues, and I almost had to take him to the ER a few times, especially during COVID. I couldn't get him in, and he was so sick. He was just crying in my arms and just tears. And so I just got these patches. It wasn't even a week, and I put one right next to his belly button. And within 30 minutes, he was playing and barking and grab his toy. He ate and drank some water. And he's now 14. His cataracts is completely gone. And he basically doesn't have any gray hair. He has a tiny little spot of like lighter hair, but he was really starting to go gray. Doesn't help his bad breath, but he also has a lot of health issues with like his arm, and because he was thrown as a puppy, so his cartilage that he runs really good now. And so yeah, he's he's been a huge game changer in the patches, not just me and my family. So
Wow, that's fantastic. I did show our slide that shows our, to make sure you put your patches on your animals because it can make great changes. So it's so fun to hear stories. I'd love to have some pictures of your dog and share that as well, because that's super fun. So if you don't mind texting me a picture or two of your dog, that'd be fantastic.
yeah, I'll try to see if I can find some with him when he had the cataracts. So
That'd be awesome. Thanks so
yeah,
much, Danielle. I appreciate you.
thank you, appreciate you, and
Yeah.
have fun, y'all.
All right, you too. Have fun. Have a great trip.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so how we get these patches? Let's go back to that real fast. That's so much fun um, to hear people's actual stories. So we love to help build a wholesale pack for people so they can um, get that wholesale pricing. And so Alavita, just super briefly, Alavita is my third favorite patch, I think. I recommend starting people, if you can, X39 and Eon for reducing inflammation, bumping up your stem cell activity. Aloe Vera is amazing for reducing oxidative stress. It helps you with sleeping. It decalcifies your pineal gland. It's amazing for your skin. And it has a reverse aging aspect having to do with your telomeres. So it is beyond cool. You could buy the patches on their own, or you can get them as a set with an amazing day cream, specially formulated for us, and a night cream. Um, and that's a really amazing deal. So, how do you get wholesale pricing? Nobody wants to pay retail. Let's get wholesale. First of all, you start with a one-time purchase of a wholesale kit. And this is where you would get with a person who referred you to us and referred you to this call, or how you learned about it. And you say, hey, I'm interested in these patches. How do I get them? And they will help advise you which patches to get. If you have any specific health concerns or questions, they can answer them, or they can refer you to one of us and we can help you with that. But we love to help you build your wholesale pack. Personally, I love the core pack for one person, and I usually advise them to get 1 month of X39 in that core pack and then use the rest of the core pack to stock up on the supplementary packs that are going to address their specific needs. I usually have them get a couple months of Eon, and then a couple months of Alavida or Ice Wave and Alavida, or in those, that's where we have that conversation and help you build out that wholesale pack. After you purchase a wholesale pack, then we would request and ask you to say, commit to yourself to purchase the X39 and wear that for a minimum of 1 month for every decade that you are alive. Every body is different. So you can't expect overnight changes, even though at the cellular level, these patches go to work right away. But we do recommend that you set the expectation that you're going to need to be patient and give your body a chance to make the changes that you're wanting and expecting. So that, and of course, we love to share this because I feel it's a personal responsibility. This company is like in a rocket ship with the burners firing. Um, it's not just the fastest growing direct marketing company in America. It is the fastest growing direct marketing company in the world now. And we have more products coming out, and I'll share with you in just a moment why. But oh my goodness, this company is quite amazing. So if you are interested at all in learning more about sharing this, talk to us. We would love to help you share this and come alongside you and help you make it successful in sharing this. We think it's like a personal responsibility when you have a tool that can give somebody hope and help for a problem or a health concern that they've been struggling with for a very long time, or they've been told by doctors they're always going to have it. Why not? So